Hello and welcome to this week's show. It is about mid-year 2021 highlights. This is the best of 2021 articles and writing tips for new writers. The show today comes to you thanks to the Structure Success video training, which helps you come up with an outline for your life story writing project. And I'll have some free links to get this at the end of the show, so please stay with me. If you haven't come across Forever Young Autobiographies before, it's where we learn to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. And I'd be really grateful if you could follow, subscribe and like the show. So a few weeks ago I took a break from Forever Young Autobiographies. It was a time which was spent working on a big project they'll have more about at the end of this year to do with Forever Young Autobiographies. So watch this space. But it was also a time for me to rest, catch up with family and look back on the year that has been so far. This has included looking at the articles on the website that you have been reading and loving. And I'll come up with 4 to share with you today, and they are related to planning to write, writing, polishing and publishing a life story. And that could be an autobiography, could be a memoir, a biography or some other life story project. So I'm going to share those with you today and hopefully you can pick up some tips that have been really popular. The first article for the show today was to do with autobiography definitions. Now, autobiography, memoir, biography, these terms, they get used interchangeably almost willy-nilly in general conversation. But what is the difference and what does it matter? That was the topic of this article. And in that article, I break down exactly what is an autobiography definition. And then we look at the difference between autobiography and biography. And then we look at, again, of course, about memoir meaning. And by having these clear definitions, my hope is that you'll be able to know which one you're wanting to choose and then to write. So please take a look at that one. It was really popular, autobiography definition. The second article that came up was to do with actually writing, and that was part of the Ask Nicola article series. The question was, what is theme? Now, what is theme can be a bit of a scary question for some people. Be like, what does that mean? But theme, essentially, when it boils down to it, is the essential message you're trying to get across to your reader. So in this article, I do, in fact, yes, answer that question. What is theme? Why do we need themes? I give you some examples of how to use theme and a list of themes, and then how to discover what your theme is for your life story project. And by knowing themes, I help you then pick and choose and write them into your project. So please check that out if you're unsure or want to know more about themes. The third popular article I have for you was to do with birth stories. Now, I love writing birth stories. They're one of my favourite stories to write. And that is because they have lots of anecdotes associated with them. They have lots of connections, of course, with family. And sometimes there's lots of coincidences. You'd be surprised how many coincidences are wrapped up in birth stories. So in this article, I talk to you about research sources for information, also some writing ideas, how to start writing a birth story, how to finish a birth story, and then, we have ideas for writing a captivating birth story. That's essentially what that article was all about, how to write a story that's full of detail and will captivate your reader. Finally, the last article I wanted to share with you that was very popular for this half of the year so far was a case study. And this is a case study by a published author. It's Barbara Clark. She wrote a memoir called The Red Kitchen, and this case study came out in celebration or around the time of International Women's Day. And essentially this is a mother-daughter story about change and discovery. And in this article, Clark talks about how she came to write the book. She talks about who supported her on this journey. She talks about challenges that really did sort of hold her up in her progress of the book. and then how she overcame those rewards, and very important, she gave us some tips for fellow life writers. The main one being is don't rush the process. It's okay to let it evolve. So some wise words there from author Barbara Clark. So there you have it. That's 2021 best of articles so far. They included, to recap, we had autobiography definition, we had what is theme, then how to write birth stories, and finally a case study, The Red Kitchen. So my hope is that by highlighting these popular articles, you will give some of the ideas a try. And if you'd like to know more, all the links to the articles are over at my website. Now you need to go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/2021 highlights. I'll leave the link for you down below, but everything is over at the website at that address. While you're there, please leave me a comment. Do you have a favourite article so far this year? Or is there one that you would like me to write? I'm always looking for ideas, so please leave me a comment or send me an email at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. Now the free video training, Structure Success, you can get access to that one by going to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/structure success sign up. Now this free training is really great for coming up with a roadmap for your project. So you can come up with ideas, key events, and we organise those into a basic chapter outline. Doesn't take long to do, so please give this training a go. I think you're going to find it really helpful. I will be back again soon with another topic, so I'd be very grateful if you could follow, subscribe, and like the show. And until then, happy writing.